Timothy Chalamet and Miss Kylie Jenner is in the media again. Guys, let me ask you a question. Did you all remember about Timothy Chalamet and Kylie being in a relationship? And second thing, how many of you believe that they have a real relationship going on? And if you don't believe they have a real relationship going on, do you think that they're really together and Timothy Chalamet just values his privacy and as such is keeping Kylie on the low? I want to hear because there's so many different comments about this couple. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Now, I'm going to tell you what I believe is going on. I believe that there could potentially be something between Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, and that thing is not that serious. I believe that, Timothée Chalamet is seeing Kylie whenever, he's available, not on her calling, not on her terms. And that's why I believe Kris Jenner, Kim, Chloe, Kylie, Courtney, they were all pushing, well, except Kylie. Kendall, I should say, they were all pushing and telling Kylie to leave this guy alone because she's invested more in the relationship than Timothée Chalamet is. Now, I also believe that what Madame Kris Jenner is doing, she is using the media, to say, hey, remember Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet? Remember they have a relationship, yada, 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 because we're seeing a lot of reports about them for the past 2 weeks. And we haven't been seeing anything much about them because there's really nothing to talk about as it relates to Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. When you look at Timothée Chalamet, there's a lot more to talk about him with an X than Kylie. I want to know what it is about Kylie, why he has her, on such an extremely low profile. Make no mistakes. This guy is not the type of guy who is normally in our faces. But what the Kardashians wanted was to get this guy on their show, was to have him, posing around town with Kylie Jenner. And because it's not rewarding to them in that manner, I believe they're telling Kylie, listen, if he's not going to have you on his right arm on every red carpet event, it doesn't make any sense. But I believe that Kylie is taking the route of, again, her sisters, Courtney and Kendall. Do you notice how Kris Jenner is out of Kendall and Courtney's relationship? And whenever Kris Jenner tries to push her way in, Kendall is like, no, I have my life planned out and you're telling me to have a baby? That's not going to happen right now. And Courtney would be like, this is why I don't let you guys anywhere near Travis. So those two sisters are setting boundaries. So could it be that Kylie herself, because if you look back at the relationship with Travis Scott and Kylie, I'm not saying that Travis Scott is not to be blamed because naturally it's two people in a relationship. And I believe that both of them played their part. And I do believe that in a sense, Travis Scott played his part, as it relates to cheating. I do believe that there was a lot of cheating on Travis Scott's part. I do believe that Travis Scott was somewhat annoyed with Kris Jenner and her demands. Like, for example, when Kylie was giving birth to Stormy, Kris Jenner didn't want Travis Scott to be in the room. There was only one person and, Kris Jenner wanted that person to be her. So I do believe that there was like a spiderweb moment there and Travis Scott was trying to make himself out of it. But I believe that in his effort to, keep Kris Jenner at bay, keep her family at bay out of your relationship, it caused things to come to an end for him and Kylie. So I believe that Kylie has learned from that. And as such, she's, setting boundaries with whatever is going on with her and Timothée Chalamet. I must say, many people say that, Kylie and Timothée Chalamet are not together. But if they're not together, Kylie needs to wake up and wake up real quick. If this guy is not treating her as she deserves, not because he's a movie star, he's handsome, not because he has treated his ex-girlfriends, right, it doesn't mean that Kylie is going to necessarily get that same treatment because, different strokes for different folks. So with Kylie, it could be a bit more challenging for Timothy, because knowing that, you know, this is what the media wants. The media wants to see every moment into their life. The media wants to see everything. And Timothy knows what happens to the men that, gets trapped in the Jenner's aura. He knows that, something happens to their career. Even if you are a naysayer, if you say that, that's just what people have to say all the time. Tell me, why is it that after Kylie, Travis Scott is consistently in trouble? We saw that happening with Kendall Jenner's ex, Devin Booker. He went from being an A player to being benched. So, while these things do happen and naturally, why is it that the timing of the Kardashian being out of these men's lives, it always happens? You have to say, something is into something right here. Something definitely may seem mischievous by the public, but then we have evidence, we have numbers, we have dates, we have events to say this event on this date gives the sense that the Kardashian curse is in fact, factual. Now, we're going to get into a little bit into this article that has come out, and it came out yesterday. It says, has Kylie Jenner relationship with Kris soured amid Timothée Chalamet's romance? And I think it has. I definitely think it has. Now, her life and style, the 27-year-old beauty mogul is allegedly furious with the 60-year-old matriarch's determination to get Kylie's bae on the show, The Kardashians. Additionally, Kris is apparently making matters worse by suggesting that Kylie's ex Travis Scott also appears on the family TV show, since the rapper has been making headlines lately. Let's stick a pin there. I can understand why Kris would want Timothée Chalamet as well as Travis Scott, because Travis Scott is the number one rapper at this time. He's the only rapper, I read that report maybe 4 weeks ago, he's the only rapper that has been consistently selling out shows and is in high demands. But in the midst of that, he has been having a few hiccups, a few bumps here and there. And the Kardashians, they love controversial people. Anyone that's in the limelight, anyone that's the forefront and center, that's who they normally, want to have on their show. They love controversial people besides Ye, and I'm actually surprised that they don't have Vybz Kartel in their circle, because we know that he has been recently released from prison, and he's that famous Jamaican dancehall artist, and every country is calling him at this point. Even I think he was where St. Kitts, different ministerial bodies, they have been showing up taking photographs with him, did his, fall guy shine. He's also a politician at this point. He's seen photographed with Vybz Kartel upon his visit to Jamaica. So we know the Kardashians love that kind of clout. So are we going to see Vybz Kartel in their midst next? Or is it that they're calculated about the people that they have in their circle? But the question is, how can they be calculated when we've seen Gypsy Rose on their show? So who knows what lengths they would go to get, someone like Vybz Kartel on the show. Now, they're saying that Kris justifies getting Travis Scott and Timothée Chalamet on the show by saying bringing him back into the fold will be helpful because he's clearly struggling. But everyone knows she's chasing ratings. She doesn't care about Travis Scott. She really doesn't care. So she's saying that he's struggling. You don't have to bring him back into the fold, to help him. If you see that he's struggling, just call him up occasionally, give him a few encouraging words. He doesn't have to be on the TV show, because if someone is struggling with being chased by paparazzis, yada, yada, your show is the last place they need to be on, the last thing they need to be on, in my opinion. But guys, that's basically it. I'm going to leave that at there. Let me know, what are your thoughts, by the way, about Miss Kris Jenner trying to roll her way back into Travis Scott's life? And do you think that Kylie and Timothy actually have a thing or two going on. I want to hear from you. While you're at it, thumbs up, share, stay safe. See you later. Bye, guys.